Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Solana. It's going to be a pretty important video here because there's some interesting things that happened since the last time I covered Solana, which I think was on Friday morning. But there's some interesting things going on, both fundamentally, also technically. Obviously, it's going to be a very volatile 24 hours. With US equities closing one of their worst weeks in years last week. They're going to open, and what they will do at the open is going to matter a lot for Solana as well, right? So that's the first thing we have to start with before we talk about what's going on technically. Solana right now, if you take a look at the correlation to Bitcoin, it's correlated for about 70% in the last day to Bitcoin and about 78.3% in the last 3 days. That's pretty high, right? So Bitcoin is affected by the US equities, therefore Solana will be affected as well. And that's also why we have to be a bit cautious. But ultimately, there's some things to be positive about as well, but we'll talk about that. For now, let's get right into it. So the main thing to be positive about with Solana is that, first of all, I mean, we're still holding the support level right here around 114, 115, right? I mean, Solana right now, it's not the best situation structurally, because you can see on Friday we actually tested during some strength. I mean, Solana actually had some decent strength come into the price late Friday, but you can see that the main level we'd need to break above to actually get some more bullish momentum is this level right here, all right, between 124 and 122. That's a combination of the value area lows of the consolidation we had in the middle of March, but also here at the end of March, right? So you can see those blue lines. Those are basically the range lows, and what we did on Friday is we got there, we broke above the lowest value area low right here, did not break above the entire level. So ultimately that's bearish confirmation, right? But that's a level we need to break above. So in that sense, structurally, we are not bullish here. On the 4-hour time frame, we're actually in a downtrend. But as long as we're holding 115, 114, we have a chance to still get in there. And the fundamentals for Solana are actually not that bad. I mean, you can see the DEX trading volumes right here. Last week were actually quite high. I mean, April the 2nd, we had $2.2 billion in DEX trading volumes. That's quite high. That's the highest we've had since the start of March. So that's pretty good. And the TVL is also relatively stable, even though the price is dropping down. So in that sense, there's definitely potential here for Solana. The thing is that purely technically, we just need to get some bullish momentum in the entire markets to get that push above 124, 122. I don't think, like, fundamentally, when we talk about Solana, obviously we might have a Solana ETF come out in 2025. But unless we get some more definitive news on that, some more certain news on that, what I think it depends on whether Solana is going to be able to break back above this structure right here, or that we're going to drop down below 115 and drop down towards 100, 105 maybe, but that towards that area. Like, these are the two scenarios. And ultimately, what I think is going to determine which of these two scenarios is going to play out, it is the market. All right, it is what US equities will do. It is how Bitcoin will react to that, and then based on that, we can get one of these two scenarios. So my prediction on Solana is also fully based on what I expect from that. Now, first of all, what I do want to say is that I would just expect, with what we see right now from the volatility index, which is extremely high, as you can see right here, which is not great, of course, but what we see from here, what I would expect is that we're going to drop down lower, all right? I would not buy spot Solana right now, for example. I would expect that we're going to do this, drop down to 105 and 100. But personally, given my opinion that I think stock markets have overreacted a bit, and what we have seen from Bitcoin, which has been relatively strong compared to the stock market in the last couple of weeks, I think it is most likely that, you know, we might have a fake out right here, but that we will be able to hold this structure and that we will be able to get some sort of a bullish breakout and get some more stability higher. Do I think we're going to get into a bull run, into a rally? No, all right. But getting some more bullish momentum, I do expect. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.